Welcome back, everyone. This is Vorty. I'm going to be making a longish video in regards on how to properly re-roll your account to try and get a better character for, let's say, something like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, or it can be used for anything like Dokkan Battle or any game where when you're pulling for something. So you can make multiple accounts at the same time and then try and re-roll for the better character. So what we're going to need first is an emulator. So there's two different kinds here. You can have Nox or you can have the MeMu emulator. And in our case, we're going to use the ME emulator. And then that's what we're going to be using. And I think personally it's more efficient and more effective than the other one. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you where to get it. It's literally just type in MEMU emulator and it's right there. It's the first one. So just click on it and click on download. I already have it downloaded and it's not too difficult to download, so just click on it. It's about 260 megabytes. Once it's finished downloading, just go through the step-by-step process there. It's not rocket science or anything, so just click where you want it to be installed, and then once that's done, just make sure, the only thing I would say is just make sure that you are also picking the option if it still enables you to do. Otherwise I think it might do it automatically now, but during the time when I was doing it, it gives you the option if you wanted to install the multi MEMU, which is exactly what we need. We want the multiple one. Okay, so once you're done downloading, we're just going to open it up and I'm going to show you the process behind it. So you're going to see a black screen here and I'm just going to, it's just asking yes or no. So as you can see, I've here made multiple ones, as I've done this a few times already. And earlier I did like 6 of them and I kind of recorded that first, which is going to be the part where I'm kind of doing the polls and stuff. So this is kind of weird. I've recorded that first and I'm going back to this part. So at this part, which is kind of the most important part, that's kind of when I do it second, and then I'm going to organize it like that. So at this part, when you're here, you're going to be going at the bottom right here and pressing create emulator, and then you're going to pick the option. So as of right now, as of the day of recording, 4.2 is the emulator. So you're going to click create and you're going to create it. So as you can see, I already made a bunch of these guys. I already just did it, so it just made it that much easier just to kind of do it already. But if I was doing this continuous, as you can see at the second part, I had 6 open. So at this part, you're going to just, as you see it here, easy peasy, you're just going to click on start for the one that you're going to be working, or if you're going to start all of them, you can just start all of them. I'm going to minimize that. So I'm just going to kind of set up the second part of the video here. So I'm opening up one. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So I'll kind of do this first one and kind of get it set up to the part where I have 6 of them open. I did it individually as well because performance-wise, I can't have. 6 is probably my limit. Anything more than that might not be my limit. It might actually beat me up. So I'm just gonna wait for it because there's a pop-up that comes. It's a little bit late sometimes, so I'm just waiting for it. And here it is. So I'm just gonna click on the X. Yeah, I want that out of there. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna log in. So right now it gives you the option of using a new account or an existing account. If you have an existing Google account, just click on existing, and then you're going to type in your username and password. So I'm just going to move it off screen here for a second because the account I'm using is actually not mine. It's just my friend was giving it to me so that I can make an account for him. So at that point, you are right here. So I always click don't because we're just re-rolling. That's pointless for us. I'm going to go next. And we're pretty much ready to go. So from here, I'm going to look up Brave Exvius because that's the game we're going to be using as our testing. So you can do, like I said earlier, you can do any game. You can do Dokkan Battle. You can do what other games are there with gacha? There's one with like another Square Enix one, like Kingdom Hearts or something. You can do all those. If you really wanted to, you can kind of do this you make multiple accounts and you play it up to the part where you can pull your rolls, and then you do your rolls, and then if you're happy, you keep it. If you're not, you do it again. Okay, so that is finished. We're just gonna wait for the pop-up. Bam, there it is. We're gonna start it up. We're gonna go right there, and I'm just gonna turn off the volume here. You're gonna notice at this next part, the first part, it's about maybe 30 seconds long. The music is a little bit loud, so what I'm going to end up doing is I end up lowering the volume so like the remainder of the 20 minutes of the video is actually not as loud. So we're going to come to this part here. We're starting it off, and essentially there I am. I have the one account. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to give me the option to do this. So I'm going to cut over into the next part, into this. So essentially what you do is you're going to click download during the tutorial, and then you're going to kind of be at the part where I'm going to leave you off for the next part, where I already have 6 of them open, and I'm going to kind of start it off where I kind of start all of them off, and then I'll have a little bit of an error, but that's kind of a little bit foreshadowing. So enjoy the rest of it, and hopefully everything goes smooth going forward. Thank you. So enjoy the second half of this. So at this point, what I'm actually going to be doing, the reason I'm making this video as well, not to show everybody, but also I'm doing these rerolls, not for myself, I'm doing these rerolls for some friends. They're doing the same thing as well, and I'm hoping that this video can kind of help them out, kind of understand on how to do it going forward. So I'm just gonna click on the individual, click on the individual ones and get them to send. So be prepared that when you run multiple instances that you're gonna get a little bit of lag. So just kind of keep a heads up for that. So as you can see here, I have a bunch of errors, even though there was, like I was just talking about, lag. So in this sense, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I take a second to do them individually, because as of right now, from the same IP address that I have, it's sending this information. So once I see the downloading, I'm just going to start the other ones. Okay? So make sure that they finish. As you can see, some of them are finishing sooner than others. I just don't want to crowd it too quick until it crashes. Depending, sometimes it just goes really, really smooth. Other times, that happens. So these 2 ones in the middle had no problems. They went right through. So since this part I really don't care about, we can do this at whatever pace. It starts to matter just before. I'll explain why, but it starts to matter shortly. I'll show you when. So when we get the first kind of like option to skip, which is right after the second fight here. So we're gonna set these ones up and let them run just a little bit sooner than everybody else. Boom. So after you get the first skip, then it'll sync up. Then it'll all be on the same quest. So this one here is gonna be on its first quest. So it's gonna get there sooner. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because I don't want them to overlap or crash. Because there's one part of this where it'll actually start to download some information, and if you do so right here, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna skip here. This part is gonna start downloading like a small file. It's super tiny. It just is. Normally it's very, very quick, but if you have more than one account on that same instance at that same part of the quest, it'll actually block you, in a sense where it's taken me up to 10 minutes to just download that one very quick download, as you saw there. So I've learned from my mistake. When they get to that part, I'm going to just do them separately. So right here, so these ones are coming up. Just that part. Other than that, you're good to go. You don't have to wait. Everything else can be done at the same time. So I'm going to see if these two, to kind of give you an example, if they will block themselves. These two, and then we'll run these ones while we're waiting. So that one went quick. And then this one here should also have no problem. There it goes. So it's good. Alright. You see, I'm just kind of letting them sit there at that part. From there, it'll be all the same. So I'm just kind of clicking left to right, then right to left. We're almost there. So this bottom one is getting no love right now because I can't see the auto button. So there it is. That one's ready. So this one's good. Take a sip of my coffee. Hopefully it didn't sound like a giant slurp. Okay, so we're almost ready. Going forward from this, it's pretty pretty smooth. So this is really the most complicated portion up to it. So here we go. So I'm already gonna start here. Skip, 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 and then skip, 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 skip. I have to play catch up because this one over here is just it's dragging its feet. Skip. And then skip. So for these first ones here, you can just auto, because they do nothing on this quest other than just kill those monsters and talk. Also, I won't be giving any spoilers away in regards to how these quests are going. So in the meantime, I'm just going to leave it as is. So I will kind of jump through them really, really quickly. So again, so there's no spoilers as far as what the content is, because maybe when you're playing the game, you might want to read it. So I'm just gonna leave that up to the players' decision. So here we go. We're going through. So we don't have to do anything until the next quest when we get to cast Blizzard. Okay, come on, pick it up, lady. So I'm sorry about all the kind of clearing of the throat. I'm not sure if I'm sick or not feeling well, but I do have something going on here. So here we go. Fly through it. So these ones here for Lapis, you can actually make sure you do all these quests. The first 2 quests are guided, so you're gonna get them 100% anyways. But if you decide to go further, and I'll explain a little bit of that when we get to that point. If you decide to go further, then you should do them, because then you can actually do extra summon. The next part, as you can see, just left to right, or right to left, or however you have it set up. So I would say 5 is good, 6 is pushing it, but for this example I'm going to do 6. So you can do individual ones or whatever, how you set it up. So again, at this point it doesn't matter, you can auto, because it's going to stop the fight when it comes to the part where you need to cast Blizzard. And again, they're kind of teaching you, because this is kind of like the tutorial. Okay, so just gotta get to the boss. Just waiting. So you can see, it's not too difficult once you set it up. The hardest part is logging into the account and getting to that part when you're actually in the game. Cast Vault. So this one here is going to be ready for its Blizzard. So there you go, gotta get Blizzard ready. And again, because I want to stay them in sync, even though that one is a little bit farther ahead, I'm just going to wait till they're all at the Blizzard screen. There we go, boom, boom, boom. And the next Blizzard. And then this one here, Blizzard. I'm going to cast all the Blizzards. Boom, 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 boom. So, after this part, you're kind of ready to go. You don't have to do anything further. You can, and the reason why I'm saying is at this point you're done, because right now you're going to get your summoning tickets, your 5 summoning tickets, and then at that point you're ready to go. You can go do your 10 summons plus your free, not free, but your half off. So you're pretty much set to go. Let's go, click, 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 click. You can actually progress with the story for about 2 more quests, and then you will get another ticket from fighting the boss, and you will get enough Lapis to be able to do 1 full 500 Lapis summon. So technically, if you continue to go a little bit further, you can actually get another 2 summons, but in my experience it takes a little bit of extra time, so you can do it at least once and kind of see, and then you can make a decision for yourself. But the boss is I would say he's not the easiest to do with like the party that you have, which is gonna be just Rain and Laswell, and then maybe the character that you bring along, which is from the initial summon. So you're gonna see what I'm talking about in a second. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Just trying to get all this thing. Again, I'm skipping these because I don't want the story to be spoiled. So if you wanna, when you're doing it the first time yourself, you can watch the story, so you kind of understand where you're being set up. Okay, so this is the part. So right now when we enter this part, we're gonna get a character. So you want to do this next part. So you're gonna get a free summon, which is just a friend summon, and you get 1 white crystal. So we're just gonna go, we gotta see all the good crystals running by, so we're just gonna so these again mean nothing. You're gonna get one of the few starting characters, either the black mage, the warrior, or the white mage, which we've gotten 1 of each. So there are 5 summoning tickets, which is what we were looking for. So that's what we want. Okay, and thank you for the tips. We don't need any more tips. Skip, 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 skip. And thank you for the tips, and skip. So at this point, I'm going to use this account here as an example. At this point, you can do the quests. So make sure you do these if you're going to continue. When you get to this point, find the strongest player you can pick up, and then make sure you add the guy that you just summoned. That way you have 3 people. You're gonna have to do 2 or 3 more quests, and then you will fight the boss. So if you have 3, it's manageable. It's still a little bit tough, and having multiple accounts doing that, it's kind of tedious. So we're just gonna skip all this because I have what I need. I'm gonna get my 11 summons in on each account. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're just about ready here to do summons. So since I'm already making this video, it's going to be a little bit long. Might as well do the summons. We already made it this far. So you can kind of see the whole process. So I'm just going to go claim, and then I'm going to go to summon. Go here. So some of them are getting their extra lapis, and some are not. So, but I think everybody gets 400 no matter what. Some of the screens populate, and some don't, which is fine. So summon, 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 summon. Got one more left. And we're going to go there. I'm going to click on summon as well. So the first one we're going to do is the daily featured, because it's you have enough for that, so I don't, like, you know, don't waste it, so just go for it. And then summon, 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 summon. So we'll see if we get lucky in this video. I mean, I've done this a few times, and it's never the first time that you can get a rainbow. So maybe I'll eat my words this time, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So here we go. So first set of pulls, not too shabby. You got Gafgarian there, which is really good. He's got a decent TM. It's Gafgarian? Something like that. Anyway, so we're gonna go back. We're avoiding going to the main screen because you gotta get a ton of pop-ups. So we're gonna go to Darkfina. Summoning tickets. Okay, and then just kind of, literally, this is what we're gonna do. It's like a rinse repeat from this point forward, and kind of, really, you're just playing the RNG, hoping that you get something good. So at least one orange per, which is good. So let's go. Oh, orange, I mean gold. I don't know why I'm saying orange. So there we go, got another gold. Got another gold. So let's hope that these guys go to diamond. Let's go diamond. Or not diamond, rainbow diamond. Who is this guy? So this is a pretty good starting character there. It's, even though he's a 4-star, goes 5-star, he becomes a 6-star. He's a really good character as well. So this account right now is doing pretty good. I mean, all of these characters we're pulling are decent. It's just that you're doing a re-rolling account for the sake of getting a rainbow crystal. Getting a character that is kind of going to change your perspective of the game. Make it easier for you. So in my opinion, those kind of characters would be somebody like... Oh, there we go. Now we're talking good stuff. But before we open that crystal, we're going to open up all these other ones. What I mean by getting a character that's kind of like, you know, change the game for you, like the perspective of the game, is something like a character that can dual wield, and it's naturally in its kit, like Lightning, Lunith. Those kind of characters are definitely going to be characters that are going to change your perspective. There's other characters like Noctis. Noctis is probably one of the best characters as well. You have Darkfina and those guys. They're all really, really good. And I mean, on that note, getting one of those characters, I would probably stick with them and play with them. Because it's so good, and this is a tedious process. But if you really want to make sure that your process is easy and that you have a good time and having a good character, I would pick one of the top 3 physical characters, because those guys are going to help you rush through the game. So once they get dual wield, the whole game changes for you. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if one of my friends is going to be happy in regards to these rerolls. So if it's Darkfina, oh, perfect. So one of my friends is going to be extremely happy, because this account right here is set up for gold. That's exactly what I was looking for. This is why I was re-rolling for a character that can dual wield. So this is going to be going to one of my friends. Now I'm going to get them to fight probably to the death to see who's going to get it. So this account here is solid. And because we're doing the re-rolls and I'm making these videos, I'm going to continue to re-roll on all of these accounts and see what other characters I can get for them. So we go boom, 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 boom. Ticket. And we're gonna keep going here. Boom. See what else we can get. So this is good. So that I'm gonna be paying it. I'm gonna actually move this one down a little bit because that's the account I'm paying attention to the most. See what else it gets in the meantime. Rainbow maybe? No. So Mercedes has got a really good weapon. I'm a big fan of it. It's a big axe. I mean, especially now that we have not confirmation, but we know for a fact that Gilgamesh's trial is coming, and we're gonna need a water-based weapon for that. Let's keep going. We're gonna keep going. All right. Boom. I wish. The funny part is I didn't know that this was possible when I started playing many months ago. So I had no idea about this, but I started with a doo-doo account. I think actually the best character I had, actually I won't say doo-doo because I had Cloud of Darkness and Cecil. So I mean, like, to me those characters were amazing, and I was gold with those, so that's perfect. So if I knew this, I probably would have kept re-rolling. But at the time when I was replaying, I think the only character that existed was Lightning. She was the first 6-star, and I think when I joined it's just after her banner left, so I had no idea what any of those things meant. Alright, we got 2 gold. We'll leave those. I'm gonna do those together in hopes that one of these breaks into gold, maybe. How about go blue, gold, then rainbow? Nope. Okay, so let's see what we got packing here. Alright. Oh, this is good. So this account here up here is doing pretty well too. It's got snow, it's got a good tank. Penelo's meh. She's alright. So we're moving along. We're doing pretty good. We got at least one account that is satisfying the requirements. We got 5 more rolls per account. So if this account over here gets another rainbow, oh man, whoever I'm giving this to, they're gonna be extremely happy for re-rolling. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, come on. I need a healer over here. Decent healer. Shaza's okay. Bart's is okay. Just keep going. Pew, 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 pew. So I know, I apologize for the video being long, but I kind of wanted you to see the whole process, and with 6 accounts, as you can see, it's taking a little bit, takes a little bit more time. So it's gonna be, I think, the video is gonna be up in the 20 minutes, but you know, that's how it's gonna be, so you can see everything. I mean, if you've watched this far, technically you don't really need to watch this far, because you're just kind of watching the polls and the process of it. Other than that, at the end of the video, really, there's only one more thing that I gotta show you, but it's not hard to figure out. It's just that if all of these failed, what I would do is how I would delete them, which I'm going to show you. Which is what I'm going to show you. And there's different ways to do it, like manually, and then there's a way to do it automatically. So we're going to be doing it automatically, so you can see how that's done. So you can delete the accounts with one push of a button. You're good to go. So this one's getting a bunch of L's. L's as in the character, not L's as in losses, but you could say that they're losses. Other than the lightning, it is not doing so well. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 bam. Alright, we're getting closer to the end. So there's Cecil. Oh man, this account got 2 tanks. Furion is going to be really, really godly later on when he gets his 6-star awakening, and then he also gets his enhancements. With his enhancements, he becomes crazy, where he doesn't have any crazy abilities or anything, but in the Japanese version, he has, I believe, all the killer traits, which means he does bonus damage to everyone. So he just having you give him a regular ability with this, he's gonna do like 75%, I think, to all, which is really, really good. So there you go. This now has a tank. The rest of these other accounts are, in my eyes, doo-doo because they don't really need them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually show you the process here. So I want to keep this one here, so I can see it's underscore M1. So I'm gonna look for the M1. If it shows it here, it doesn't show it. So the way I would do it is like this. I'm going to close this. Actually, first we're going to look at the units to see everything, so you can see what this account is pulled. So I'm going to change this, swap, and I'm going to put lightning there, just for the sake of it. And then in the units, oh, Ariana Grande, thank you for showing your face. I'm going to go into units again and just going to go to view. So that's kind of what this account has pulled. It's got a really good damage dealer, which is exactly what I was looking for. It's got the best tank in JP right now. It's right there. It's got Furion. It's got multiple L's, multiple Charlottes. It's doing good. Even Terra here. So this account is ideal. This is perfect for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off account first, so I can see which one of these is going to stop. So that's the one right there. So it's number 1. And I'm going to say here, keep this account. And you can write more thing like lightning. So that's good. So from the rest of these accounts, I'm just gonna close them individually and say bye bye. Thanks, thanks for coming. And now I'm just gonna wait for them all to close up. Okay, in the meantime, I can kind of start the process here and be like, yeah, these are the accounts I want to get rid of. So once you have the account selected, you have your batch operations, and then you're gonna go to delete. So I'm just gonna let the process end. Otherwise, when you delete it, you're gonna get a bunch of errors. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go to delete. And I'm gonna say, yep, for all of them, I want to do the same thing. So bye-bye. So all those ones there that had it are done. So now, at this point, you would start the process again if you didn't get the character you were looking for. So hopefully that was helpful for you. And again, I recommend MeMu for this process. So thank you so much for watching. I know the video was a little bit longer, but it's going to help you re-roll everything. And if you stayed this far, then you have kind of know. I did it a longer video so you can see the processes, and hopefully you'll see that we did get a character that we were looking for, and that's exactly what I needed. So thank you so much. If there is anything you guys want me to do else, I will do it as well. Maybe making macros or something if somebody's interested. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and thumbs up. So thanks so much. See you guys around.